Well, happy Saturday. Let me take these things off for my ankles swell up. So, I hope everybody woke up in a good mood, you know what I mean? So, anyway, he's still out here yelling. At the end of the shift, I'm packing up my stuff. God. And I happen to see this crackhead. You know, it's just blowing me away. Because you remind me of the painter that came in with no socks. But the thing is, everybody that goes to that back bench looks in the window. But I closed the curtain. I was like, right? Because that's the laundry room. So I'm packing. I was like, oh, uh, uh. I was like, no, he ain't. Not here, he ain't. So I had to go grab the keys because once you close that door, you can't get back in. And I hit the lock on the sliding doors. But the thing was, when I try to go out that door where you can hit, you gotta hit, the handicap, it wouldn't open. That's the funny thing. It wouldn't open. It just like because that they be doing that, but usually when they do it, the door stays open. And the reason why I'm talking about it is because one of the residents in independent living, I don't even know how she got behind me. That's why I'm like confused. Maybe she was there and seen him and got scared or whatever. I go out to the door. I know there ain't no way back in that door because I don't have a key to that door. Not that I think know of. I don't think so. I think they took that little key off. I was like, excuse me. Um, Making sure we 6 feet. Because I'm between the second door that don't gotta lock the door on the frame. He's on the bench with his push down or what that was, a blunt or whatever it was. I was like, you gotta move. He was like, just let me like my I said, yeah, whatever, you gotta move. He was like, well, my great guy said, listen, I don't care who. He said, my great great somebody. I was like, who? He said, my great great. I was like, who gives a damn? If you go whatever you're doing, walk around the front and get in and clock in or whatever that thing is to count you and go see whoever's up there. But you got to get from back here. And I was like, I'm not being disrespectful, but you got to go. So all of a sudden, I'm looking at the way he was dressed. The sock thing caught me again. I'm like, it's like you're like knee deep in snow. I don't care if the streets clear, some sidewalks are clear, but you're like knee deep in snow. His pants are hanging off him. They're dingy, they're short. And what brought my attention to him, I swear I just prayed. Because somebody left rosary beads yet again. I said, I'm not doing no Hail Marys, God Fathers, none of that. I'm just going to pray. And because that's my thing. And I guess whoever left it there was satisfied. I said, as soon as I prayed and started packing up my stuff, here come the devil. So he was like, no, you not disrespecting me. It was like somebody was telling him what to do. And here he come again, right back on the property. And then I said, if I see you on this property again, you're going to go to jail. Because I'm tired. You know what I mean? It's like, if one, there's always two. That's what I know. There's always two. Because they think I'm dumb like Rob and that other girl, but I'm far from it. I hit the door. Boom. I moved. I was like there in 3 minutes. 3.2 seconds because my legs are long. I move when I have to. If I don't have to move, I ain't, zooming. I had like that Colombian coffee, then I had 2 cups of Folgers. I'm like, right? So he goes out. It's like somebody's telling him what to do. He come back and I'm like, oh my, listen. You know what I'm saying? My hands start doing crazy stuff. You know what I mean? Because I'm like tired. And as I'm doing my little thing, I'm like, I'm gonna yes. I'm not playing. He was like, and I was waiting for him to leave. I said, I'm staying right here because you will not go in that back gate. Because that's going, if you go in the back gate, I'm going to lock it. And then now you're really going to jail. Because I asked you to leave the property. He turned around. He was like, is this yes, it is private property. He was like, you know something? This is what he told on his own self. My friend said that there's some lady. He was like, are you new? No, I'm not new. He said, oh, because my friend said there's some lady here and she don't like when you do that. So that's letting me know everybody else that's in there don't mind them sitting there not knowing they're thieves. They will bite the hand after. As soon as they can get in that window, something's getting stolen. The dude with the long screwdriver. What you think he's laying on the bench for? He's not tired. He's waiting for you to move because there's always two. It's him and his son. And when the son give him the okay that you're going, he's going to pop the window. It ain't hard to pop them windows. I can pop the window. Right? He said, my son said, my friend said, there's some lady here that don't like, I was like, listen, you know what? I was like, no, you don't want to keep holding conversations and my hands start going crazy again. Just leave off the premises. I said, you know something? It don't really matter to me if you go to your box, go home, right? Or go to jail. It don't make a difference to me. I said, shit, to call the cops, I'll wait here all day till they get here with you. And you'll go directly to jail because I'm not playing these games. And for some reason, they are related. Because I leave my bag there. Ain't nothing in the bag. Ain't nothing worth stealing. Because if they can't get in it, they don't want it. They ain't going to buy a hotspot and have to put a chip in it. Because when it's turned off, it's turned off. You got to go do a whole new chip thing and all this. And it's going to always register underneath my name. Because I got 2 registered underneath my name. The people at Crossroads, the girls were so jealous. They broke when I was like, if you want to get out of my hotspot, give me $10. Give me $10, I'll give you 10 gigabytes. I paid $50, it's 100 gigabytes, but I'm not giving you nothing for free. Everybody wants everything for free. If you give me something on it, $5, get you 5 gigabytes. I might give you, let you go of a couple of gigabytes. But other than that, no. Nope. I think it holds like 5 or 10. I don't know, but shit, you ain't paying, you know what I'm saying? You ain't getting on it. Okay, now he walks off. And I kept looking at him. I'm like, who is outside at 8:54 in the morning? I was like, take your pill bottle, your weed, and whatever else. I was like, boy, get off the property because I don't want to smell it. These are old people, and I'm in recovery, right? So when I go back around, that lady's right there. She's right there with the stick she uses to fix the door. Girl, if you got a gun, hold the gun so you can shoot him you know what I'm saying? Because half of them was in the military. I don't care if your hand shake, just let off one. Don't hit me, but let it go through the glass. And we're going to have the same story. So when I go around, I'm like, people don't understand. To turn into whatever I turn into, it takes a lot of energy. All my energy was gone. I had to eat something. She was like, no, I'm not scared, girl. You crazy? It's just that when you come down off that high, getting ready to break a neck, you start shaking, trembling. Lord, I wish I could. I hope he come back tonight because some crackers just don't learn their lesson. Oh, God. So I said, let me take a, because I got 2 loaves of breads for me. I'm going to get that for bread to the birds, the ones I got. I'm going to keep it. I got 2 more loaves, but it's the good bread that I like. It's kind of sweet. I like toast with it. So I'm minding my business, feeding the birds. Let me back up some. Somebody keeps sending me white dingo wings. I don't know what is going on, but I'm blocking everybody now, right? So it says a white god. Because I said that looked just like that ding dong that I seen down that hog. And it got me turned off. He's letting me know he don't like black women. Because he was like, oh, thank you. He liked it. So he's letting me know he don't like black women. Because I'm turned off. So the Spanish dude always waits outside acting like, you know what I'm saying? You don't know the Spanish girl, and him's in there. She look, girl. I don't care if you want him, have him, because if he don't like my skin, I don't even know. That's what she asked him on the bus. He said, well, you're a hard worker, girl. He don't like your skin. He don't like my skin. Point blank, period. And he was like, well, how many niggas do you got? Like, oh Lord. I was like, white people are just so ignorant. Ignorant. So I was like, well, who's a white god? Because they got to be a part of your clan. I said, because, well, I said, because you wasn't even white. There was no white people at one time. Everybody's skin looked the same until the earth shift. Then all of a sudden, melanin started getting messed up. I said, so who is a white god? A what? The Ku Klux Klanian? I'm like, girl, if he don't like the color of my skin, brown, he don't like the color of your skin. And then the nappy-headed wig girl, who I said, you know what? You dumb too. But you can't educate. All you can do is talk and hope you reach one person, but you can't educate the ones that's already food. I said, he only like you because you was a train. Good morning, good morning. That's the only reason why he likes you, because he feels in his mind that he trained shoes. You didn't take no friends from me because I don't know them. And we wasn't even friends saying hi or whatever. But he's like, well, if she don't say hi to me, they're talking about he said he ain't head to me. I don't know what he ahead of, but I ain't part of his clan. So I don't gotta respect him as a head. To tell you the truth. I ain't a part of that clan, so I don't gotta respect him for who he is, which I don't know who he is. I was like, why you always wait on the bus to say something? When there's a whole bunch of black men around, because when I got a bus, he was like, yeah, mutts go to the back. So me, I don't know if I think she was Puerto Rican or black or something. She's a little girl. I think he was a Mexicano. And I believe the one right there was mixed. I said, well, we all must be mutts back here. I was like, why you don't never say nothing when there's black brothers around? It was like, yeah, why you don't say nothing? You a man. See, the thing what he don't know is, I keep telling you, I got a lot of mulatto nieces and nephews. Some of them looks white. Their hair is just as stringy as his. He will never even know they was mulatto. Right? That's when I go into my whole speech. About you know what I mean? They keep saying, I don't care what he is. It don't make a difference to me what he is, because I'm a head. So he disrespected me, and in my head, I'm considered a god. He's just considered a head of some shit he made up. I was born this way. And I was like, do you know that God chose a woman to come back to walk the earth, because she ain't gonna choose no man, because all you want to do is use power for evil? Like getting drugs, trafficking humans, humans, drugs, whatever you can use it for, getting out of jail, free cards, and all that. It wasn't made because God wasn't an evil person. He was a kind-hearted, loving man that created Jesus and Mary. So why would he come back in a down low, no good motherfucker? Right? I'm scratching my foot. Right? So then I see Tracy. I don't know if Tracy's crazy or Tracy just likes to lie or think I got dementia or I'm senile. Okay? Because I seen Tracy's in the last year in the summertime. I asked her what happened. She said open doors put her out. And she was back at the manual house. Now I believe a year before that, she hurt her knee and she couldn't work. Right? So I see it today and I'm like, oh, she was like, oh, where you at? I was like, soccer, where I really don't like, because the way people ain't like the way people over here, but I'm waiting for Providence to give me a low income. She said, oh, I'm back over here at the manual house. I already know that because she already told me. Right? She started talking about her knee. I was like, you hurt your knee again? No, it's the same injury. She told me the whole spiel when I seen her like a year ago or two. I'm gonna take this year out and this summer and go back. Girl, I don't know where her son is, but she got a handicapped son. Tracy got a kid. I don't know where he is, and I don't know if she's living off his check and her check. I'm like, either this bitch is crazy or she got dementia and senile. Now she's saying she left open doors because they don't fill you up. They say take off your shoes. You take off your shoes. You hit your shoes. They pat you down. Because women got titties, and it's a woman on a woman. Now, when the man's there, it's different. You know what I'm saying? You don't gotta go through the whole spiel like you gotta do. When man was like, "Oh, just empty your pockets, take off your shoes. Okay, you're good." But a woman, that's like you're in jail. They gotta rub under your breast. She better not never go to prison because you got to open your asshole and cough. Cough. You know what I mean? She could never go to prison. She act like they're groping her. Didn't nobody even want you, Tracy. Because if that's the case, they wanted everybody. And I ain't saying I'm the prettiest thing, but I was the prettiest. I'm the best looking one in there. So you mean to tell me they're going to take you with your fucking thin hair over me? And then I was like, oh, my bus is coming. And I left because she was just lying. But I was like, I'll talk to you. Let's get one because me and Tracy was cool. You know what I'm saying? Then the black lady was looking. I was like, all white people ain't bad. I know these people, right? I know them. So yeah, I'm just because these ones up here messed up don't mean I'm gonna stop talking to the ones that we was in the gutter together. You know what I'm saying? Why are you gonna stop talking? I wanna see uh he got a hot on his face. I haven't seen him, and he might be in jail though. I'm not gonna stop talking to you can't judge them because of the ones up here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, some of the ones in Providence learned how to keep, that between their clan because we're living in a shelter. We gotta learn to live together because ain't none of us better than each other. We both are in the same predicament. I ain't giving up all my stuff now. You got any jail? Nope. Go buy some. You be right in there stealing. It's hard in a shelter, right? So I'm like, State Tracy's lying. But I'm gonna wait to see it again. And when it's me, I'm like, girl, you keep telling me the same story. But I know she got a handicapped son. Cause she was in the manual house before and she was talking about her son. She ain't even from here. She's from Bristol. I don't know what happened. I'm like, girl, if you gave up your house to come to a shelter, you are retarded. She sold her car and everything. She's still talking about the lawsuit. Well, Tracy, where's the lawsuit at? Because you've been in shelter since I met you. And I met Tracy, when did I go with manual house? I think in 2000. I met Tracy like 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, me and Tracy met in 2 years ago. 2 years ago we met. I'm only talking because I'm geeked off coffee. Yeah, and all she keeps, I'm like, girl. I'm gonna ask her, well, where's your son at? She'll be like, I don't got no son, bitch. Yes, you do. And then I see my cousin Tracy's crazy daughter. She's another nut. Oh my God, Lord, I gotta stay away from these people. She was like, she's prejudiced, girl. I am not prejudiced, alien. Stop it for an alien come down here and shoot you in the face. I don't know, she was an alcoholic. It looked like she was on her medication now. Her boyfriend come on my bus acting crazy. But anyway, it's a bad situation. I'm not even gonna be on the bus with him tomorrow. That's why tonight I either get on an earlier bus or a later bus. And I was like, I bet you $1,000,000 I can beat your ass. Cause you always got a gun. You're always heavy. And I'm a woman. I know how to avoid confrontation. It's just that I'm not scared. It's not my problem. It's his problem, not mine. I was like, you know what? Let's give you back all your words, coon. They thought coon was the lady. No, coon's the man that paints his face black. That's a coon. Because only a coon will do that. The word nigger, the word spick, the word chink, mutt. You give them back all them words and stop letting them hurt our feelings and degrade us. Because sooner or later they're going to stop using when they find out they don't bother you no more. And I was ignoring him. It's like he want to, you are a woman with two balls and a dick. you're doing bitch shit. Because when there's black men all around, but see, I can smell him. I know Boo Boo's there. He crazy. He is in love. I can smell him. He makes sure I can smell him. That's letting me know I'm safe. He is a troublemaker. That's gonna get welcome. Girl, don't nobody want him. Because sooner or later he's gonna make a mistake. I say hi to people that I know. Now, if you try to disrespect me and show up in front of him 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Just to show him I don't care. And I think that girl, I don't know if that's his daughter or not, but I seen her yesterday. I don't even say hi to her. I was like, go ahead giving away your kids. Me and her got nothing in common. You give GCYF your kids not because who they had them was because you didn't want to be a mother. You love whatever man you was with more than your children. I got right to her face and kept on going, girl, leave me the fuck alone. You have nothing in common at all. And then the man that got Parkinson's, for some reason he must have took his medicine. Usually when he stand by me, he got to go across the street because that trembling sets in. But today he was sturdy. I was like, oh, you ain't walking across the street. You sturdy today. I was like, yes, I know you got Parkinson's, and that's going to get you in a lot of trouble. You try to swing on somebody. I hate it, shit. No. There's more things to life than starting trouble. So anyway, I told you that housekeeper is so... I send everything to my supervisor because for some reason, these people are... Listen, when I go in, because they're disinfected, the purple ones like the hospital, they're right in the drawer. So everybody before me wipes off the desk, right? So she's going to get mad because I didn't take my stuff off the desk. And I'm saying, well, we wiped the desk off ourselves. And he's going to be like, did you put in a complaint? They're talking in Portuguese. I'm like, putting in a complaint for what? Because you ain't cleaning anyway. Because the pool, the duty is still on the rim of the toilet, number one. I took a picture from last night. And that wasn't me. That was Janice or that girl that went in there and did that. You know, when you wipe your butt and some of the toilet might get, the toilet paper might touch the rim, or you just had a nasty ass when you sat down. He just put that toilet seat up. She didn't clean it or nothing. So I went in there and took another picture. They're going to say she's high. No, I'm not high. Them diamond dots have been under there since last year when I bunged the first. Them diamond dots have been on in them corners since I started working. And that's over a year. Like I said, one time I cleaned it to show her how to clean. I'm not doing it twice. Because that's what they're doing to me. But that don't work for me. Because I do my job. Alright? Then she's gonna put hand sanitizer on the rag. I'm like, she don't even clean up anyway. And stop wipe. I really see that's why we wipe the table off outside. And that's why everybody be sick in here. Cause all you're doing is wiping germs on top of germs on top of germs. Cause you're not disinfecting nothing. That lady said she had sinus problem and pink eye. I think she had the flu or COVID. Cause them ladies in the kitchen was really, really sick. I was really, really sick. And they're not cleaning nothing. I'm like, this is why, and them people in the kitchen be half dead cooking. I said, this is why everybody keeps getting sick because all you're doing is wiping germs on top of germs on top of germs. That's it. I said, you can't kill germs with hand sanitizer because that's for your hands, not no marble. You don't even supposed to be wiping marble with sanitizer. Then I sent them a picture of the dude that walked in last weekend. Because they're complaining about the door being locked. Look, if you need to be out here sitting there, and when somebody come in, you can stop them at the door. He was being greeted this morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, y'all. Then she's going to go back and say, let me put in a complaint because she's taking pictures. Oh, you're nasty. You crying about me getting taken. I got up, though. I got up and you didn't even sweep the floor good. So I'm leaving all my stuff on this table because you ain't really doing nothing. Wiping it down with sanitizer that everybody's hand touched. The top of the nozzle is coming out of. Germs. She was like, no, you ain't putting in no complaint because Millie took pictures up. I'm sending these right to my supervisor. He can see how nasty you are. But always talking about how I'm doing my job. I said, we wipe it down ourselves. We disinfect it. I know I do. I don't like you. She uses spray glaze, so she ain't doing none of that no more. No. They got roach boxes everywhere. I don't know if they roach them like waffle up. They have a whole whatever them things are, and in the Gaylord, wherever they pick the trash up in, they had a whole one of them filled with garbage falling over against the building. I said, I think they're trying to bring mice. One of the cousins must own a company. Because you got a tractor loading from outside. And then that way they leave the door open and shit and they can get in. Because I did see one, but they killed it. That cat did. And that's how they're going to get in there. Then they left the dock door unlocked. They are killers. They're leaving doors open. I ain't shutting none of these doors. I was right in that basement. I ain't shutting none of them doors. I don't need nobody testing to see if I'm doing my job. I'm like, at some given point, you got to learn to say no. At some given point, you got to learn to say no. They got so many of them chairs that the old people use to push themselves up. I mean, how many, you know what I'm saying? They need to have a bazaar and get rid of all that stuff. And whatever they can't get rid of, they need to donate it to somewhere else. That's just being greedy. I said, Lord, guarantee all these fires. I say, if that fire starts them in this basement, it's going to spread like wildfire. And I mean, it's going to spread. You know how fast some Christmas ornaments spread, right? And it's like boxes and furniture. I said, this is going to, I'm like, look, I already told them. I said, it ain't my job to run towards the danger. That's not if that's what I want to do, I can do, but that's not my job. My job is finding where the danger is, right? But if it's a gun, I'm not going but I'm be this. If it's a fire, I gotta find it on the board. Now, I'm not saying I can, I'm gonna, do my job, but I'm gonna go still see how bad it is. They was like, first you see how, if you said these smoke detectors go up, you best get up and roll down the stairs or whatever you's gotta do. Because I'm telling you, I said, if it's a real, just get up and get out. Time is the essence. I said, the only ones that's gonna make it really is the first floor. I said, blessings to the second and the third and the fourth. If you can't walk down the stairs, you better roll. I said, because I'm gonna look on the board, I'm gonna see where it is. You can always smell smoke. If it's heavy, I'm going right back upstairs. If you ain't smart enough to leave out the building when you hear the fire alarm go off, I don't know what to tell you. Because if I go in the basement and smell smoke, there's doors down there too. But I'm not even, I'm like, look, when I hear the alarm, I'm like, it's best for you all clear out until, the fire department come. I'm going to clear everybody up before I even leave the desk because I don't got time. And while they're trying to get out, I'm going to be trying to see where the fire is now. If I smell smoke, I'm not going nowhere. I'm like, Lord, I'm going to call again and be like, I'm telling you, it's a 911. You need to leave the building. You ain't even going to have time to even try to help nobody. They got so much stuff in that basement. I keep saying you can say no. You don't got to take everything. What is in you, you know what I'm saying? I did go in the room with the door that was open, though. Well, I opened one with the key. Because for some reason, one side of the hallway is always cold, the orange side, and the blue side's always hot. And that's where the camera's down. So I had to go push up, because they rob watches everywhere I go. I'm trying to show them about the camera. The orange side is cold and the blue side is always hot. There's two different sides to the cellar. that car wasn't out there last night, though. I don't know if he's in jail or not, but he wasn't out there all night. Actually, I'm going to keep talking because it's a free country. It is a free country. If you want to control women, I think you better go over there to Egypt or somewhere. Or turn your religion. Anyway, let me go off here. Have a peaceful, blissful Saturday. What is this? Let me stop. Let me put. Look at my hair. I still ain't down. Look at my hair. What's gonna wake up from wherever he's at? Praise be the Lord.